Hi guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm going to be talking about the book Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. Now, if you haven't read Of Fire and Stars, I'll give you a brief summary. Princess Denna has been betrothed since childhood to Prince Thandi, who's the Prince of Nymeria, which is a kingdom where magic is forbidden, which is a problem because Denna has an affinity for fire, which means she can control fire. When she gets to Nymeria, she meets her fiancé's sister, Princess Mare, who has to teach her how to ride a warhorse. After an assassination, Denna and Mare have to team up to find out who was behind the assassination, and along the way, their friendship develops into something more, which means they have to decide to follow their hearts or their duty. Now, if you haven't read the book and that seemed interesting to you, and you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching the video now, go read the book, and then come back. Or if you don't care about being spoiled, keep watching. So here's my review of Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. I could understand why Denna's mother wanted her to ignore her powers, because in the kingdom where her fiancé is from, magic is forbidden, and she thought that if Denna didn't use her powers, they would just go away. But they didn't. When Denna got to Nymeria and her dress caught on fire, I was glad that no one noticed that it was because of her powers that the dress caught on fire and not because of sparks from the horse's shoes. Who knows what could have happened if they found out. I liked how the book wasn't a love at first sight kind of book, and how it took time for Denna and Mare's feelings for each other to develop. When Denna found out that her kingdom's alliance with Thandi's kingdom would block magic users from their place of worship, I could understand why she was concerned. And I liked how she came up with the idea that they could come up with a solution that would satisfy both sides. It was really sad when Cass was shot by the arrow. I really liked him as a character, and I know Denna did too. Since she didn't want anyone to know that she had been outside the castle, I liked how the way that Mare got back inside was through Denna's window. And I also liked how she described how love should be to Denna, and I agreed with everything that she said. I liked it when Denna, Mare, and Niles were looking around Cass's office to try and find out how he was killed and why he was killed. And I also thought it was funny when Niles said that he was going to take whatever they found to the captain, and at the same time, both Denna and Mare told Niles not to tell the captain that they were there. I could understand how Denna was nervous when she killed the assassin with fire. No one else knew where the fire came from except Denna's sister, and she obviously wanted to keep it that way. I liked how Mare knew that the only person she could get to help her find out who killed Cass and who was behind the assassination attempt was Denna. And I could understand why Denna was nervous to help her, but I was glad when she said she would. I thought the conversation that Denna and Mare had while they were riding together was really sweet, especially when Mare asked Denna to invite her over so she can listen to her play the harp. And you could really tell that they were really starting to form more of a friendship during that whole horse ride. And especially when they almost got shot by the arrow, and you could tell how worried Mare was for Denna when she realized that Denna was the target. I liked how Denna told Mare that she'll help her steal the knife from Captain Rocca, and I also thought it was sweet how Mare was worried about Denna's safety, but Denna still wanted to help. Sure, he was being nice, but I was a little annoyed when Thandi asked Denna to take a walk with him while she was on her way to Mare's room. I mean, I know her duties to Thandi, but I like her better with Mare. I loved the entire part of the book when Denna and Mare were stealing the knife from Captain Rocca's room, and there was a moment when they were pretty close to kissing, but then they heard a thunderclap and that made them step away from each other. So close. The end of chapter 21 made me really happy, because Denna finally realized that she wanted Mare, but I also felt sorry for her because she's promised to Thandi, and Mare's his brother, and she knows that she would be in trouble because of that. I was really annoyed when Mare tried to tell her father and Captain Rika that the knife used in the assassination attempt might not be Zumordian, but they didn't listen to her. When Mare was having dinner with Lord Krantz, it was pretty clear he was trying to court her for marriage, but she obviously didn't want that because she stepped away from him when he got too close, and also because of her thoughts about Denna. I felt really sorry for Alina when she was telling Denna that the letters from her cook/girlfriend Clara had stopped, and she was worried that she had been taken. When Denna and Mare met secretly and Denna told Mare that it was her fault that their riding lessons had stopped because she had went to the king and talked about how Mare was getting offers of marriage and Denna didn't want Mare to leave, and because of that the king stopped the lessons. But I really liked how Mare didn't blame Denna. When Denna finally showed Mare her fire powers, I felt really sorry for Denna when she asked Mare not to hate her, but then I was really happy when Mare told her that nothing that Denna could do would make her hate her, and that it meant a lot to her that Denna trusted her with the truth. I was so happy when Mare finally told Denna that she wished that Denna was marrying her instead of Thandi, and that she loves her, and then Denna said that she can't lose Mare, and then they kissed. Even before it happened, I knew that Lord Krantz was going to offer a marriage proposal to Mare, and while I'm glad that he gave her time to think about it, I don't want them together. And while reading this part, it was only because I wanted Denna and Mare together, but when we got closer to the end of the book, there was a different reason I didn't want Mare with Lord Krantz. A more evil reason. When the king was attacked with fire, I was worried for Denna because if they find out that she has fire powers, they might think she did it. When Thandi found Denna and Mare together, I could understand his reaction, but it made me pretty upset when he told the guards to take Mare to her room and make sure she stays there. I was glad that Denna was able to learn about infinities with Karov. At least she can talk to someone about it. When Denna realized that Mare's horse Flicker was going to be sold, I had the same feelings about it that she did. I mean, Flicker means so much to Mare. She would be devastated if her horse was sold. Then, when Lord Krantz told Denna that her temper was showing, I got a little nervous because that implied that he knew about her affinity for fire. I was proud of Mare when, after Denna told her that Flicker was going to be sold, she told Lord Krantz that the marriage was off, and she told Thandi that she was done with him. I was upset that she decided she was going to leave, but I did think it was cute that before she left, she gave Denna something to remember her by: a kiss. I hated Lord Krantz so much when he had Niles killed. The only good thing about that is now we know who's been behind everything. I was really upset when Thandi didn't believe Denna when she told him that Lord Krantz was behind everything and that he had taken Mare, and then Thandi found out about Denna's fire powers and blamed everything on her. I was glad when, after Denna told her mother everything that had happened, her mother told her that she would always love her and that she would forgive her for doing what she has to do. I was so happy when Denna went to save Mare, but then I was sad when Denna told her that she has to go to Zimbordia to learn how to control her infinity powers. And then I was happy again when Denna asked Mare to come with her, and Mare told her that she'll be there in 2 days and will be there when the sun rises on the 3rd day. You could tell that Thandi was really sorry for not believing Denna, and I was glad that he let Mare go to Zimbordia to warn the queen in case anyone attacked. Since they don't want anyone coming after Denna, Mare told everyone that Denna died saving her, and everyone seems to believe it. But I don't think Denna's mom did because she told Mare to take care of Denna. I was really happy with the way the book ended, with Denna and Mare being reunited and starting their lives together. Thanks for watching, guys. If you read A Fire and Stars, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Or if you haven't read it and you watched this video, let me know if you're going to read it. Bye.